17, right? So it says solve by whichever method seems easiest. So you can kind of choose whatever you want to do. And really there's only practically two options. They probably set one up for completing the square. Yeah, 19 and 20, you probably want to complete the square. But for the rest of them, it's either going to be factoring if it looks easy to factor, and if it doesn't look easy to factor, quadratic formula. So that's the plan. Let's see, does that do the thing? Oh shoot.
It's just yeah, I got you.
Okay. What method do you guys would think would be easiest on this one? Correct. This one actually does factor, but because it's like an 8 on the front, it's probably not the easiest factoring. So I'm just gonna add the 10x. If you're really good at factoring, I guess, wouldn't be too bad, but. So negative b, oh, maybe actually let's have you guys tell me. Negative b what?
Square root of the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a.
You guys did not remember that all yesterday. Well,
I wrote it
you
down,
remembered
so
half of it yesterday.
So it's only
Okay, anyways, get that in your brains. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. I do want you guys to show work on this. That was Chinese staring.
how many papers is that? Oh wait, yeah, you weren't here yesterday, I forgot.
All over 2a. So we got 56 times 4, 224, negative 124. This is not going to work out pretty. Wait, I must have done something wrong.
What did you do?
I saw the answer earlier. B squared minus 4ac.
Yeah. What did you
Oh, I probably multiplied wrong in my head, I bet. Oh, it's a plus, not a minus. Okay, so it's 2, I forgot what it was. 224, 324. Anybody plug this in yet? No. What comes out of the parentheses there? Did I cut this right?
A moment. 3, 2, 4. It's 18, sorry.
It's 18.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that one. That's weird. Okay.
Where did you get the 100?
B squared.
Oh.
Okay, so negative 10 plus 8, or 18 is 8. 8 divided by 16 is 1/2. Or negative 10 minus 18 is negative 28 over 16 divided by 4. I'll just do that.
You got a little. That.
You got a snot bubble.
I'll call Lydia, guys. Sorry. This is for you, Lydia.
Did he really have some there, or you just say messing with him?
He did have something there. Thanks, guys.
There's a
I'm
mirror.
back.
There's a mirror over there.
I was going to say it quietly, but said it out loud.
Okay, 19. So this is, I said, the only one that you probably want to complete the square on. Because it's set up with a square, like a parentheses square. So you guys remember how we did this yesterday?
Square root.
Square root both sides. So the left side becomes this, the right side becomes
11. Plus or minus? Yes.
all I had to do is wait for 10 seconds.
You still got it wrong.
Awkward one. Who got it right yesterday? Somebody did.
Oh, raise your hand.
Trey always claims it. Okay.
Just hope someone's too shy.
To raise their hand for it.
That's why you and Abby are such good friends.
All the death glare.
Death threats. Okay, 11 plus 2 is 13 thirds. 11 minus 2 is 9 divided by 3. People, let me tell you about my best friend.
No, 6 Yeah,
Oh man. Oh man.
How do we? How you? And it really made my day that you walk into school just to see you win. I was like, man, I thought you were lying.
honestly, it made me happy too. Because now he has to experience it.
Gosh.
Actual sympathy. You've made fun of me for the past 2 years.
I understand, Sebastian.
Question, you've made fun
You
of
should
everybody
understand
else
me
in the
too.
past
Because
2
remember,
years.
you skip like track because your leg hurts. Some random excuse. I couldn't find the next day.
Okay, what do you guys think on this one?
Could you put the x minus ones together somehow?
Kinda. You could divide both sides by x minus 1 since they're factors on both, they're multiply on both sides. But the problem is sometimes when you divide both sides by an x, you lose an answer. And that would happen in this case. So I'm just going to FOIL it very quickly. Outside negative 4x plus 7x. And then I'll bring everything to the left. Okay, we could use quadratic formula here, but this one looks easy to factor to me. Easy-ish. Anybody else
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
No.
Well, 5, if we could do like 5 minus 4, that would give us 1. When we do the, you guys remember how to set these up? So I'm going to go ahead and factor this one. So 4x times x goes into that. 2x and 2x won't work. And then 5 and 1, right? But one of them's got to be negative. And I want the negative to go with the 4x. I'm going to put the negative right there. Remember how to check it. If the outside, inside should equal 1x. Okay, now if that's not, if you didn't think you'd get that very easily, you could just still use quadratic. Quadratic always works. So, you guys remember this from yesterday? What would the two answers be?
1 and negative 5/4.
Yeah. Whoops. That's not what cuts sound like.
Why are you in school?
I wasn't allowed to skip again.
Does he have
And
to
we
say-
got actually, your mom
Yeah.
got 3 days. Your mom gave you sympathy.
Excuse absences for you to the parent.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
I have to change that rule.
Wait, what's the demerit for?
If you miss if you have 3 excused absences.
No.
It's just you have to.
You,
take
yeah,
one.
No.
you just have to take the final if you go.
My swim meets.
It's 4 excused absences, you have to take the final. Or if you get a B, or if,
So I
Yeah,
could have
get
stayed
it.
home today?
Yeah.
would your mom have let you?
No. No.
She would have given you a hamburger, and after you've eaten it, she would have said,
And then you
"You're
would've-
well enough."
And then you would have thrown
I
it out.
can't believe she actually.
That was a trap.
That was actually cruel.
You were so mad at me. You were so mad.
I did not want to be.
I think your mom's just being nice and getting you a hamburger. But no.
Wait, did you ask for the hamburger or she just gave it
No,
to
she
you?
just bought one. So I ate it, and then I had to go up to school.
She must not really be sick. Pretty good reasoning, I'd say.
So cool.
It's like the wisdom of Solomon.
If you feel good enough to eat a hamburger, you can be at school. That was the reasoning.
But yeah, weren't you like nauseous sick? Is that,
Yeah.
that makes sense to me. Alright. Distributed property. It's a W's on this one. I'm gonna move everything to the left by adding over 4W squared. Subtracting the W. This one's a little bit different. Any ideas?
Take stuff out.
Take stuff out. If you did quadratic formula, what would you have to do?
The 0 under C.
Yeah, 12, negative 3, 0. But yeah, taking stuff out would definitely be easier. What comes out of both of those?
3.
And what's left?
4W squared. W.
Okay, we're dividing it out. 3W minus 3W is 1. Okay, what are the answers?
0.
0 because there's a W out here. And
Give me a second.
positive 1/4. People, let me tell you about my best friend. We got a doozy on our hands equals 18 minus 6x. The next 3 questions are kind of like this one. Okay, so if we have a fraction problem like this, what we want to do is get rid of the fractions, and we do that by multiplying by the common denominator. So, what do all 3 of these go into? Well, what's x squared minus 9 if I factor that? What's that turn into?
Plus 3x minus
Square minus square. So, notice all those. So, what do they all go into? X plus 3, x minus 3. So I'm going to multiply each term on both sides by this, because they will cancel out with the denominator. So I'll do there. Alright, over here, before you multiply, the x minus 3's cancel out. And you basically got a FOIL x plus 3, x plus 3. In the middle, the x plus 3's cancel out. We'll have to here, the entire denominator cancels that out. So, I guess I'll rewrite it. What we have left is alright. You guys think you can do this in your head? X squared plus 3x plus 3x plus 9. And this would be almost the same thing. It'd be x squared minus 6x plus 9. It's a doozy, isn't it? So I got x squared plus x squared. 6x minus 6x is gone. Plus 9 plus 9. If I subtract 18 on both sides, that goes away. I'm going to add 6x over to the left. Now what? Somebody besides Ava. Take a 2, x out. Yeah. So we've got okay. I want to try to get done before 8:30. 8:25 would be great. What number are we on? 27. They're kind of beefy.
It's like that one.
Hmm?
Yeah, there's one. The next one, sure. 26. Did you find it?
Alright. Do you guys know what the common denominator on this one is going to be?
3t plus 6.
3t plus 2. Well, you could 3 parentheses t plus 2. You could call it 3t plus 6. But I wouldn't do that because it's going to cancel out. So I'll just leave it in that form. So yeah, just one of those and one of those is what you need. So I'm going to multiply everything by 3t plus 2. Oops. And on this first one, the t plus 2's cancel out. The 3's cancel out. T plus 2's cancel out. You guys remember this from last year? A little bit, a little bit.
A little bit. I remember not liking it.
But now it's fun.
Oh, apples.
Yeah.
Whoops. That was a plus. Whoopsie. Guess I'll subtract everything to the left. So 3t squared minus t squared is minus 2t. 3 minus 15. You guys following? I know I'm going kind of fast.
You need me to carry you up there? Actually?
Yeah, sure.
a challenge getting up and down the hill. Okay, any ideas at this point? Yeah, if you divide, you could take a 2 out and put it off the side, or you could just divide both sides by 2. It'll just be a 0 still over there, but that would that'd make it a little bit easier. That looks pretty easy to factor because there's nothing on the front. I don't suppose you watched this yesterday, did you, Leo?
I've got my.
I can tell just by the Okay, what multiplies into -6 that adds up to -1? Close. Oh yeah, exactly right actually. -3 and 2. My bad. Alright, so it's t equals 3.
I really don't want to do 28.
Leo,
If it was real.
Leo, when you say it felt better today,
Yeah, I felt significantly better today than yesterday.
so this happened yesterday.
Is that why you stayed home?
That's why I was gone.
Why do you do it?
What I do what?
Get it hard.
That's an odd choice. Alright, any bright ideas on this one?
Square.
Okay, we can square both sides. That will get rid of the square root. We don't really want that square root. But it would have to be like this.
So 4x equals.
Yeah. When you, 2 squared is 4, square root of x squared is just x, because square roots and squares are opposite. The right side is what?
Plus or minus.
It's a FOIL problem.
Oh, shit.
Now, we're not square rooting, we're squaring. We're doing the opposite. So it's x squared minus 8x minus 8x. -8 times -8. I feel like all of these factor, which is, no, I lied. All the odds factor. 18 does not factor. So if 18 does not factor, that means you have to use quadratic formula, which you probably would have done anyway. You know what? I forgot something.
1, 2, 3.
A sloppy Joe by me. Let's go back in time. When you are solving equations with x's in the denominator, what x values can't work? Anything that makes these 0. So x can't be -3 or 3 on this one. You guys got it? Because you can't divide by 0. So -3 and 3 are not a possibility. So I should have thrown out this -3 answer. And on 27, what answer cannot work? -2. So I think that was one of the answers, yeah. So I should have thrown that one out. Okay, this one does factor, you guys, it's not in the times tables though, so it might not be obvious. 64 is 16 times 4.
Yes.
How does that add up to -20? Negative and negative. So on 26 and 28, it looks like one or both of the answers will cancel out. Like won't work, just like 25 and 27. So watch out. Watch out. The dramatic inclusion. All right, any ideas how we could set up 31? There's actually a lot of ways you could do it. This is a geometry trick. If those lines are parallel, basically those triangles are similar and those sides are in proportion. And pretty much, there's a lot of ways you could set up. You could say like x over x plus 3 equals 8 over 2x. Or x over 8 equals x plus 3 over 2x. Yeah, see what I'm saying? So you just got to set up with a pattern. Like x over x plus 3 would equal 8 over 2x. That's one way you could do it. There's a lot of right ways you could set it up. But you just make two equal ratios. And how do we solve if it's two equal ratios? Usually. Cross multiply. So 2x times x, so 2x squared equals 8 times x equals 3. All right, what would be a good first step on this one? Divide by 2. That'll make our numbers smaller and easier to factor. What multiplies into negative 12? That adds up to negative 4. 6 and 2, so it needs to be negative 6 plus 2, so x could either equal 6 or negative 2. Does negative 2 make sense? Okay, the picture looked like this. There's like a x up there. Does negative 2 make sense in this context? No. So we're going to throw out the negative answer. Not going to have a length of negative 2.
Can you do 31? I mean 32.
Nah.
Please?
Okay, how about you guys try and set it up and I'll tell you if you got it right. Sam, go ahead.
Okay, give me a second.
It is a little bit trickier now that I look at it. And there's a few ways you could do it, but this one is a little bit trickier than the other one. Trickier. Okay, let's say it this way. X plus 6 on that top triangle is like what on the big triangle? It matches what on the big triangle? The whole thing, right? And the whole thing is what?
X plus 6 times x.
Plus x. Just add those two lines together. So the whole thing is 2x plus 6. So you can do that. So this is going little triangle to the matching big triangle side. You guys see what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different than the other one. The other one, it just so happens that those parts are going to be in proportion, so you don't have to think about it. Okay, and then what's the little triangle for the other part?
6x.
And what's the big triangle matching side?
7x plus 1.
Yeah. So that'll do it. Okay. Oh man. I'm feeling warm. Pretty sure it's been 0.
sticky note.
It's like-
That's just-
Oh,
Well, it's like 10 degrees hotter outside and
that's right.
extremely humid.